All right. Well, let's see. I'll wait till somebody comes in here. Let's see here. Let's see. So, we got somebody. All right. Trying to test this thing out, see if people can hear me and see me. Setting it all up. Oh, somebody's gone. All right. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, if anybody's watching this, I am testing things out, trying to make this thing work. So if you're seeing this after the fact, that would be why. Pop out dashboard, mute, share screen, share and stream, add emojis. Let's see. Expand menu. Do. So we are, let's see here. All right. All right. So let's see here. All right, guys. See, you got two people in here. Testing this thing out. If you can hear me, I'd appreciate it if you could help me out and let me know. All right. So can you hear me okay? All right, good deal. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, so okay, guys. I am going to work on this, and I'm gonna be right back in just a minute. And I'm gonna sit here and play with this for a while. So, when I get back here, maybe I have some more people in here, and we can go and try this out. All right. I will be right back. Hey, Grace. All right. Like I said, I will be back in a minute. I am testing this thing out. I am so stay tuned. I'm trying this out for the first time and seeing how it sounds and everything like that. So I'll be right back and just give me a couple minutes. All right, we've got 3 people. Huh? All right, good deal. All right, guys. Well, I'll get started here and check this thing out. This is my test version. Just letting everybody know. So, got some new things, and I got my new camera. Pretty cool stuff. It finally came in from America. So I'm going to be putting that together and using it. So came in this nice little handy dandy case. I hadn't even opened it up yet. It's kind of crazy. But it's a nice little pocket size camera. So I can do some vlogging and recording of things. So, gimbal. Let's see here. Oh, oh wow. Checking that out. All right, yeah, we're gonna put English. Yeah, I'm going to wait to set that up. because I will screw it up and I need to pay attention. But yep, so I have that and a nice little packaging. So, so yeah, no, got exciting news. Obviously, I am done with we've hit here for my first month of doing this on YouTube, and some pretty exciting stuff. Um, if you didn't know already, uh, last 28 days, I've gotten over 564 subscribers in less than a month, almost 70,000 views, and 1.2K watch time hours. Pretty cool, guys. I appreciate it. So, not bad for somebody who has no clue what they're doing. So, and 99% positive. I got a couple of haters. Uh, one particular in Manila, he does not like me at all. But they don't actually listen to the cast. But it's really strange because they like to watch my videos just so they can badmouth me, which is really funny because I was like, you still watched my video, so I still get a view. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you don't like what I have to say or don't like my content, why watch it, right? But yeah, that's all it is there. Um, like I said, I was testing this out, and I appreciate you guys checking this out and helping me out here. I hope you can hear me okay. So, yeah, keep it going. I'm going to. I appreciate that. So, see, I got 3 people in here. Not a whole lot of people, that's for sure. But that's okay. You guys hang in there and do things. You guys have any questions? I mean, I can read your comments. Haha, haters. He's he is not happy on his life. Actually, that's why. Well, yeah, as Jenny Lynn likes to say, if you don't love your life, go take a nap. I mean, if you chose the Philippines, there's a reason you're here. And if you're living here and don't like your life, I mean, change it. You can always leave. You can always move. I'm here. I'm enjoying it. I'm doing all kinds of dumb things. I'm meeting kind of a bunch of different people. I went and played karaoke. Yeah. So, Grace, you said good evening. How are you doing? How are things over in Palompon? Hey, Steven, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just testing this out. Yeah. Trying to figure out how to do these live things. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a great connection here. I have high speed internet. I'm in Cebu City currently. So, um, I mean, I don't lose power. I got water, electric, no problems. Good internet. I got TV, stream Netflix, all kinds of stuff. Where are you at, Steven? Yeah, I might have lost you there. I don't know. But I'm trying to figure this whole thing out here. Oh, there we go. So, place to be in the city. A buddy of yours lives in Surrey with no power for a while. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. I saw that on the news and I saw some videos on YouTube. Yeah. I don't know when they're going to get power back. They were saying it'll be next year. So, um, and actually, I met a guy. He actually went over there, and he's over there right now. Apparently, he's getting a witch doctor to heal him. So he's been there for a little while. I'm not too sure how that's going, but yeah, those guys over there, they're not going to have power for a while, which is going, well, it's causing all kinds of problems. I'm not even sure what's going on, but over here in Cebu City, yeah, you don't really have any problems. I've been traveling around a little bit, and I went down to Oslop and went swim with the whale sharks and stuff. And I ended up over at their little mall, and I was in the mall, and they had a brownout, and the whole mall shut down. It was crazy. Like inside the department store I was in, it went totally black, and then all of a sudden, emergency lights popped on, and they had to wait for the backup generator. I was like, "Holy cow! I've never experienced that." So, um, yeah, those brownouts. They can get you. I don't really experience them here in Cebu City, and I didn't really experience them there in Blompon. But if you go into other areas in other province areas, they do experience them a lot. So, if you don't want those brownout type situations, you may want to stick to the city. Um, so, how's life in the Philippines? Well, I got no complaints. Um, for people that are back in the U.S., everybody thinks that in the Philippines it's a third world country, which it technically is. But being here in Cebu City or Manila or any major town, um, it's really not a third world city. I mean, you got internet, you got phone service, um, you got power, you got running water, you got all the stuff that you want. You know what I mean? Um, there's cars, gas stations, grocery stores. I mean, it is honestly just like a normal town or a normal place in a Western culture. Differences is, people are not yelling at you or being rude to you all the time. They, let's see, the things that are changing here. Man, what are the things that are changing here? I don't know what's changing here. Prior to me getting here, I mean, I've been told that things were different back in the day. Um, but I think that the dating culture is changing here, at least in the city wise. Um, I hear that there's a lot of, I'm now talking to other expats and stuff like that. The Filipinos or the Filipinas I've talked to, they don't really comment on it too much or talk about it. But The expats that I talked to, they talk about it. Um, they said that the ones that had been here before or been here for a long time, they were talking about that it used to be a lot easier to talk to Filipinas for the dating aspect of things, and they said that you go out in the province or get outside the city, um, it's still okay, but here in the city, it's changing a lot. They're not really as interested in dating a Westerner or a foreigner. They still do, and there's plenty of people out there if you just talk to them. But more and more of them are choosing not to. Um, it's James Garrett. How are you doing, buddy? I was. I'd love to chit chat with that guy. He always puts you on or something. He's one of those guys that I don't know who he is, but he always makes a comment and he's always watching. So uh, so yeah. How are you doing, man? I was wondering if you're there. Where are you from? How long have I been here in the Philippines on this trip? Because I've been here since last April. So um, for 8 months, right? Yeah, something like that. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, 8 months. So, Stephen, you lived in Cebu City in IT Park for a while, and it was definitely great. I look forward to going back soon to live. Yeah, I walk outside on my balcony, and IT Park's right there. I get it. It's very convenient. Um, so, where are you at now, Stephen? IT Park's pretty much got everything you need in it. Everything's convenient. Oh, you're in South Florida. All right. Yeah, I used to see that where the Miami Dolphins had a lot of my videos. If you've seen that. Oh yeah, yeah. It's the same weather. I would actually venture to say it's hotter in Florida than it is here. Um, just my experience. Um, shoot, especially down in the Keys. Yeah. Said I got some bad signal. All right. Well, I hope it fixes itself. Well, if you see it, let me know if it gets corrected, or maybe I'm stuck. Like, yeah, South Florida, man, gotta love it. Go Dolphins. I'm always so disappointed in them, but they're still my team, and I still am gonna root for them. But they let me down every year. So, yeah. Now I was down there in the Keys and down in Key West, and that right there, that was the hottest, the sweatiest I've ever been in my life, where you just could not get away from it. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm sure it is nice to do that. I just went to the Dolphins game last season. I was at the Buffalo game, the game they lost, but they were already still in the playoffs at that point. So it was nice that night. Um, it was good. I was staying there on South Beach. you know, and everything, and that was great. But yeah, I love the Dolphins. Been a fan my entire life. So, but like I said, I always get let down. One day, hopefully, one day before I die. You know, but hey, the Miami Heats did do something there for a while. You know, the Marlins did do something for a while. Um, but I'm not a big basketball fan when it comes to the basketball teams there. Um, Baseball I used to love as a kid, but as an adult, it's you kind of get used to different things and change what you like. Oh God, yes, you're right. You're right. Everything is going up there in the U.S. Man, well, I mean, my house there in Florida alone, it was ridiculous. It it shot up like $200,000 in a year on the property values, and then of course they raised the prices. And of course, if you're in Florida, the insurance issue that's going on. Uh, my homeowner's insurance, they just canceled it because they're moving and sent me a letter saying that they're transferring my insurance over to another company, which means they're going to raise prices. I'm waiting for that letter, and because I still have a house there in Florida and everything. So yeah, and of course, you get that, and the property insurance, property values, and they keep rising. Oh man, everything's just going up crazy. Yeah, pretty much. You got it. So, I mean, they're pulling out left and right, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. So, and of course, I got to have the extra insurance on my house because I put $50,000 worth of solar panels and stuff on mine, which it it more than paid for it because I basically don't pay anything in electricity, but everybody else is paying like 1,000 US dollars a month for electricity in the summertime. So yeah, but it's crazy. So I have to carry that $1 million life or insurance policy. Oh yeah, yeah. I have a place right in between Orlando and Cocoa. Yeah, I live right on the edge of the city there. So, but yeah, my kid's still there taking care of everything. Yeah. Oh yeah, good old Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. My first experience with Fort Lauderdale was spring break 1994. I was down there for the Final Four that year. Florida lost, Arkansas won it. Yeah, and of course, I was experiencing spring break. Went down there, was checking things out. Drive-in theater was still open down there. Place I was staying was Fort Lauderdale by the sea. Yeah, showing my age a little bit there. But yeah, if you're thinking about coming back over here, well, you'll definitely save a bunch of money compared to the states. That's for sure. And everybody loves Florida, but unfortunately, everybody is feeling the impact of inflation. I know the first time I came over here, which was over a year ago, I came and I spent a whole month. And when I got back to the States, I was comparing everything because I had forgot how much everything cost. And I was watching the prices go up. And being in Florida, you know what I'm talking about. The gas prices will jump 30 cents overnight. and then they'll drop a couple cents here and there, keep dropping, and then they'll jump another 20 cents. It's crazy. I'm pretty sure it's probably still doing that. So, yeah. All right. Well, look, I've been on here for 30 minutes checking things out. Let's see. Yeah, I've never seen gas prices like here. I lived in New Jersey for many years before coming here, and everything is more expensive in Florida. Yeah, and you know what? And the sad part is that it's only going to get higher. That influx of people um, that came into Florida just rose, and inflation went through the roof. I mean, the housing market, the gas prices, everything that was going on, because everybody was going there because, there's no state taxes, and that's a big draw. Most of the people that were coming down there were from New York and California, and Jersey too, obviously. So yeah, I get it. But oh shoot, when I was trying to buy my house a few years ago, 3, 4 years ago, whatever it was, I remember I was trying to buy the house that I own now, and I was having a problem because people from California was coming in and outbidding me, and I was offering on this one house. I offered over $60,000 over asking price, and somebody from California came in and outbid me. I don't know. I wanted a house right outside of Disney, and well, that didn't happen. Oh yeah. Well, the pandemic hit, and that's when everybody decided to move to Florida. Like it was like a calling card because everybody was able to work remotely, and they left the cold weather, they left the high prices of their own states, and they went down there because well, you know what? It was kind of crazy because before the pandemic, you know, housing market there was actually pretty affordable in comparison. Um, and the insurance issue hadn't started yet. Uh, and I was looking at different things, and I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to do this because I went ahead and retired when the pandemic hit. So, and I was in Florida at least once a month, uh, sometimes twice a month. It was like my second home for that because I was actually up in North Carolina at the time, Atlantic Beach area, which a lot of New Yorkers and people from New Jersey are there. But I was working for the Coast Guard. I was fixing their boats and stuff. And yeah, when the pandemic hit, they pretty much shut everything down. But they were still paying us, so because government work, you know how that is. And so we'd only go to work every 3 days because they were rotating us in and out, trying to keep COVID under control. So, and I went ahead and dropped my retirement paperwork, and I was like, you know what, I might as well just go down here and sit on the beach and drink some Mai Tais or something because I was down there so much anyways. So might as well just stay down there full time instead of part time. I know when I was in the Navy, we'd go down there all the time, and uh, man, I'd go down there to Port Canaveral, and we'd down there in Fort Lauderdale. Pulled in. Burt Reynolds has got or well, he did. Back in the day, he had a little bar that was right on the water, and I was in the submarine fleet, and we pulled up right next to his bar because it was right next to the pier, and the people in Burt Reynolds' bar came out and they were handing us beers as we were getting off the submarine. I was like, oh my God, this is great. So, we came in the cover of the night. So they were shocked to see a submarine pull up right there because it was like a canal. So it was pretty fun. Yeah. There's lots of different stories with that though. But I don't know. I've spent so much time there in Florida that that's really my second home. And then of course I come here and I'm enjoying it. And yeah, it was great days. So yeah, but you know what? For the most part, I don't miss Florida right now. So I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. Um, I don't miss my house. The only thing I miss my dog because I got an English bulldog, and I miss him, Mr. Jackson. Um, I miss my Harley, but I rode a Harley back there in Florida. Had me a big old road glide with the 131 engine with the racing motor and all that other fun stuff. Then I come here, and of course I'm riding a scooter. I'm riding a Honda. It's a it's a change of pace, that's for sure. Good for you, Aaron, for being happy with where you are in life right now. You know what? I needed a change of pace. I really did. If you're there in Florida, like you say, you know, y- I'm pretty sure you understand. You go out there in South Florida, well, anywhere in Florida, well, anywhere in the states, and the people are not the same. Since you've been here, you know that people treat you differently here, and they're happy to see you for the most part. Not everybody, but for the most part, everybody is happy to see you, and everybody will talk to you and they ask you where you're from and they're happy you came, and you know if there's anything they can do for you. I mean, I've been invited in people's homes, and they feed me and go to the beach, and next thing I know, I'm singing karaoke, which is I haven't done in many many years. And then I came here, of course, and that is the number one thing to do in the Philippines is sing karaoke. So yeah, but you know the respect issue and how they treat you here, everybody, and I really mean it, everybody. They always say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, or thank you sir, no thank you. They tell you salamat, um, all kinds of things. And uh, the respect level here is I mean, it's just another world. Yeah, not rushing around working like crazy. Well, that's the thing, man. Back there in the States, and people here in the Philippines, they don't understand what we as Americans do and how we beat our bodies up. I was working 60, 80 hour weeks, there in the States. And, you know, just to have that that middle range lifestyle. Yeah, I had a house, and I made good money, so that wasn't an issue there. My kids didn't want for anything, but I was working all the time, and to pay for all the things that they needed, and for the house, the cars, the trips, the vacations. People don't understand what you have to do in order just to survive there. Here it's different. They work to pay their bills, but that's it. They don't work just so they can work and pay for things. They work just to pay the bills, and they would rather spend their times talking to people, and socializing and going to the beach, spending time with their families. I mean, I've learned that if there's some chores to do around the house, if it's dark, it's not happening. It'll wait till morning. It's like a superstitious thing. you know no chores, no cleaning after dark. That's it. Done. But first thing in the morning, sun comes up, they, they're getting stuff done, doing what they got to do. But after that, they're taking a nap, they're hanging out, they're whatever. And a lot of them, especially here in the city, they like to do things at night. So that's They don't like the sun. It is what it is. But the lifestyle's laid back. You know, I like to equate it to island time. Um, that Caribbean thing that they tell you about. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, whatever. They have that mentality, that feel, that drive, and that you know they're not going to kill themselves. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? So yes, it is true, Jenny Lynn. Yeah, Filipino time. We should make up a song. They call it Filipino time. Yeah. Oh man. Oh well. So it's kind of early for you. It's Sunday morning there, or Saturday morning. Saturday morning. Yeah. When they tell you they're ready, but they're not ready. Oh God, that is such a true statement. They tell you, if you're going to meet somebody or you're going to go out, you don't be early. They will actually be late almost every time. If they say they're going to meet you there at 3 o'clock, nope, they're getting there at 5. If they tell you they're on their way, that means they haven't left yet. And it doesn't matter if it's a guy, a girl, young person, old person, they all do that. Uh, I've ran into many instances where and God forbid, you're supposed to do something and they forget, because they'll forget that they were supposed to do something, or they made a plan or arrangements, like a Christmas party that was supposed to happen today that was totally forgotten about. And then all of a sudden, it's time to go to the Christmas party, and somebody did not remember. So, yeah, that was interesting. I felt bad for the guy that invited us, but yeah, Jake, if you're watching, I'm sorry, bro. She did not remember. Yeah, she called me up and was like, "Oh no, my brother, we're supposed to go meet." Oh yeah. I was like, "We're not going anywhere. You see the traffic?" Oh, now, if you're thinking about coming here, Stephen, to Cebu City, you do know that there's traffic, and it's crazy traffic trying to get in and out. Um, so, you know, but on the other side, for $2, you can take a taxi anywhere you want. I'm just saying, $2 for a taxi here, there, and most of the time it doesn't even cost you that much. Yeah, and I don't know how you are, but I got a scooter that I can get in and out, and I've gotten pretty good at riding around here in the city. So I can whip in and out just like the locals. Not bad for a foreigner or Westerner. But I also got a car now, and I bought a car, which was kind of crazy, to be honest with you. You know, yeah. But I bought a brand new car, and I think I spent like 15,000 US dollars for a brand new car, automatic with aircon, power windows, GPS. It's crazy. You can't even buy those cars in the States. I know that. I found out that it's the number one selling car in Australia, or because it's just a little car. But yeah, if you've seen my video, I put up when I bought the car. But it's a neat little car. Seth was amazed because I took him for a ride, him and Catherine. There was like, I can't believe that you only paid that for this. And it's like, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, shoot, I got in Florida, I got a Forerunner. You know, that thing cost me 50 grand. And I got a Hyundai Ioniq 5, the electric car, and that was 50 grand. And of course, my motorcycle was 40,000 when I bought it. So, you know, you come here and I buy a brand new car for 15 grand. It's like, wow, that's amazing. Yeah. So it's different. And it was cool too because, you know, I actually went shopping. Oh, how much is car insurance? Check this out. It came with the whole year's worth of car insurance was paid up front. Um, and it's like 300 bucks a year for full coverage. Um, but it comes with the first one, and the license plates and registration and all that other stuff. It came with it when you buy it, and you get 3 years at a time. So for 3 years, you, yeah. So you know that was all done. Now let me put it out there. This though, getting license plates for your vehicles, that's a problem. They have a huge problem trying to get license plates. They're back ordered. People make up their own plates and put temporary tags on their cars and on their scooters, and um, it's a crazy thing. So as long as you have that registration, they call it the ORCR for your motorcycle or your car, you can drive around. But you know, you sit there back home, you're paying like $300 a month for car insurance. I mean, that's $300 for the whole year, and that's just one quote. There's some cheaper. There's some that's a little more expensive, but that was just what it was. And yeah, because I think that on my paperwork, if I remember correctly, because they gave me the policy and everything and faxed it over to me or sent it in an email. I actually want to say it was only 9,000 pesos, and if that's the case, that's less than 200 bucks. That's what they paid for it, since they included in the sale of the car. So, but but when I was looking at it online and I was trying to figure out how much car insurance was going to be, uh, the average I was seeing was about 15K, which was about 300 bucks. Because it's not too bad. So, but here's the other side of things, and driving around, the islands here and um, checking things out, you don't really see accidents too much. I mean, do you see a couple of fender benders here and there? Yeah, but I would see like five, like serious car accidents a day in Florida. And here, people drive slow. They'll let you in. I mean, it's whoever gets there first, but nobody wants to tear up their car. And everybody's kind of going slow for the most part. Not to mention the roads are not always perfect, um, but you get outside the city. But really, I don't see hardly anybody in get in an accident or anything else. So that's really crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you rarely do see a car accident. So, but when I was in Orlando, man, I'm going down, 2 miles from my house and I see five car accidents. It's crazy, and they just push them on the median, leave the car sitting there, wrap it in yellow tape, and then of course it causes a backup forever. Oh, you drive 95 twice a day? Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, 95 is a mess. Depending on where you're at, those HOV lanes or express lanes help out a lot. That's okay. When I was in DC, 95 was a nightmare. nightmare. So I've actually taken 95 all the way up and all the way down. Trust me, I know it's crazy. 95 is always a problem. And, not to mention the police that are out there and the cops that are trying to pull you over and give people tickets and stuff. Shoot, there in Florida, it's kind of funny. Oh, God, right? Do I have a girlfriend now? Yes, I do. I do have a girlfriend. Yeah. Thanks for asking. Yeah. Yeah, she told me she didn't really want me to put her on YouTube just yet. I told her if she wanted to, she could. But she's like, "No, not yet." So, I was like, "Okay, whatever." Yeah. So, but yeah, I've been dating a girl, and she's a really nice girl. Yeah. She tells me I must not love my life. She said breaking up is not an option. If I get mad at her, go take a nap. Why'd she do that? That's a good question. Oh yeah. Yeah, she wants to know about my moods, or you want to know about her moods and dating Filipinas. Oh wow. Yeah. Uh, she speaks English, and we can communicate. Um, doesn't mean she always understands what you're saying. That's for sure. Uh, it has to be almost literal for the most part. I mean, they pick up and they understand, and you get jokes, and they start to understand your jokes once they get used to you. But at times it can be quite funny and entertaining because they. All right, Steven, you take care, bro. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. That is for sure. Um, the things that happen, the things that they say, they come up with. Oh wow, yeah. You know what? I think my next video or my next live stream that I do, I am going to write down all the crazy things that I've experienced dating a Filipina and the things that have been said to me. And because to be perfectly honest, if I hadn't have lived this life and been here and seen it for myself, I would not believe half of the things that I've seen or heard. Um, just it's a little unreal at times. Um, do you know of interesting or crazy stories of other foreigners? If you do, would you share them with us? Oh, okay. Well, what kind of crazy stories? Because there, okay, so this one guy, um, this one guy I met. I was out at the mall, and I went to sit there, and I met somebody that happened to be from Florida, and him and his friend and his girlfriend was there, and we were chit chatting, and of course, they were from Florida, and then of course I lived in Florida, and I came here, and they were asking questions and stuff like that, and this guy, he happened to be an attorney, a lawyer from the States, and he was telling me he was here, and he was trying to date, and he was trying to meet people and things like that. And well, a long story short, he was going out meeting people and girls and things like that, and he was actually heading out to meet somebody. And I told him to be careful. And because the girls may not be a girl. And he told me that unfortunately for him, he already made that mistake. And uh, one got him. And I was like, but I didn't go too far or too much into any details because I was like, I'm sorry. I don't want to know anything else. Poor guy. Now, if that's your thing, I mean, that's great. Good for you. But I don't think it was. And I think he got the shock of his life. Um, some other crazy stories that I have heard of other foreigners. Why not know anything? Oh, I don't know. Um, I've met some crazy, interesting people. If you watch YouTube here in Cebu City, it seems to be like a hub for all these YouTubers. I go over here to the mall, and I like to go over there to Fridays and have a drink or get something to eat and stuff like that. And all those YouTubers that you see on YouTube here in the Philippines, they're there. They may live in, like Dumageddon or Dramageddon, as they have um, called it. But they all come here to Cebu City, and they all go to the mall, and they all do things. I don't know if you've seen Mike's Philippine retirement. He was there. Chad Foster saw them there. Janet was there. Um, there was I saw that regular guy there, and I don't know if you guys ever seen that regular guy, but that guy in his video, he talks like that in real life. He actually, that's his personality. He was just there, sitting there, having a beer and talking away. And that's him. I mean, that's him naturally. I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, that guy is, that guy's a little crazy out there because I didn't expect it. I didn't think he was really like that. Like it was his personality, maybe he did it for just YouTube or something. But from my understanding and seeing him and meeting him that day, that's him. That's kind of crazy. So, but what other kind of crazy things have I seen or heard about? Oh, shoot. You know what? That's a good question. I'm going to actually sit down and start thinking and writing these things down because now that I'm doing YouTube, and again, I'm new at this whole YouTube thing. I've only been doing it for a month. I got bored filling my time doing some stuff, but I should write some of this stuff down. And I mean, it is kind of crazy, you know. What is the craziest thing that happened to you? If it's something that you are able to share. Oh, wow. The craziest thing that happened to me. Hmm. That is a good question. I don't know if there's anything that's too crazy. I mean, what is the craziest thing? the craziest thing, the craziest thing that happened to me was I didn't come to the Philippines for a girlfriend. And I came here and I met one. Now, I met this girl, and she took me over to her province, and we were going around in her little hometown, and we stopped. And of course, me being a white guy, being a foreigner, an American, everybody's staring, right? Because you're in a province. It's not like Cebu City, you know, where there's foreigners everywhere. There's lots of people, right? Well, these girls that were there at this little store, of course, see me on my motorcycle, and my girlfriend jumps off the motorcycle and goes up there, and they actually asked her if they could borrow me for a day. They wanted to use me. And you know what my girlfriend did? She's like, maybe for a price. She told them no at first, but then she thought about it. If she could make some money out of it, she'd let them have me. You believe that? And I was like, what are you trying to be, my pimp? And she's like, well, if I can make a peso. I'm like, well, don't I have some say in this? And she told me, no, you don't love your life. You chose this life. You belong to me. If you get mad, go take a nap. I think that was probably one of the craziest things that happened to me. The other one was I was in a taxi cab one time, and I was by myself. You know, I wasn't with anyone else. And the taxi driver um, asked me if I was single, and because he wanted to introduce me to his sister. I was a little shocked at that one. Um, Another thing that is kind of crazy is that there are mom and dads that will try to introduce you to their daughter, and the mom and dad are my age, and you know their daughters are obviously half of my age. Foreigner for rent. Oh yeah, and she actually believed that. She thought about it. She's like, you know, if I could make some money, yeah, foreigner for hire, foreigner for rent. Yeah. Well, we won't talk about the other side of things and the reason why. But I might get kicked off of YouTube if I tell you what she told me. So maybe if there's a way to do a private um, uh, video or area where you can have certain people be able to listen to some of these stories, because some of these stories they uh they get out there for real, and they get a little wild, you know. I mean, take Seth, right? Seth, if you saw one of my other videos, you know, he was out on Opus, and he was at a karaoke bar, and he met his girlfriend. She was passed out on the table, and he met her and woke her up at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I couldn't imagine, you know, meeting my girlfriend for the first time and she's got her head on the table passed out. You know, that's crazy to me. Oh, oh, you want a good story? Let me tell you the story. You ever heard of a pre-wedding? Neither did I. This actually happened to me. I just want you to know. It's a true story. So I met this girl, and she started asking me a bunch of questions, wanted me to go over to meet her family and stuff like that. Um, I was like, okay. She got me to go over there. She told me she wanted to go to the beach, her and her parents. Yeah. I was like, okay, no problem. So, you know, we made some plans. We went over there. And I get there. I get to her village, her barangay, her whatever you want to call it, where she lives. And, you know, the entire family was there. And when I got there, they had so much food. Everybody was welcoming me, hugging me, and I had no right. I didn't know why. I was just meeting them, you know, because I just met the girl and I was just dating her and stuff like that. And they had a cake, and they had pictures that the girl I was seeing had taken and sent to her mama. And they had printed out these pictures and they put it on the cake. And I was like, what is going on? Why would you have that? And they had all the foods that I liked, because the girl was asking me, what kind of foods do I like? What are my favorite foods and dishes and stuff like that. And I like shrimps and stuff like that. I was just telling her, not because I was expecting them to buy anything or go make anything. There wasn't even a thought. Well, long story short, all this stuff was transpiring. I was meeting them. Everybody was there. Cakes and stuff was going on, you know, uh, meeting everybody. And, everybody's super nice. Everybody's totally respectful. Love them to death. They're great people. They really are. Love them to death. Um, shoot. Man. So after that whole situation, I go back to my hotel. I'm preparing for the next day. I rent a car because I'm supposed to take her mama and her papa to the beach with my girlfriend. So I rent a car and we go by to pick up her mama and papa, and we're going to the beach. I roll up, no joke. There were 14 people standing on the curb at the edge of the road, waiting to go to the beach with us and ride in the car with me. I'm not kidding. They piled into my vehicle, all of them. It was like a clown car. People were laying across each other. They're sitting four across with people in the floorboards, people in the trunk. There's two people in the front seat. Yeah. I actually took a picture of that. I actually have a picture of all of them in the car. I could not believe that they did this. And of course, when I showed up, I had no clue. This was all pre-planned, right? Everything's pre-planned. As a foreigner, you don't get the luxury of knowing what's about to happen to you. Um, just expect the unexpected. That is a good way to look at things. Because if you don't, it might drive you a little crazy, because it is different here. It's a different way of life. If they invite you or they tell you this is what's going to happen, just know plans are going to change slightly. And there's definitely always something they didn't tell you. Okay, so back to the next part. So we go to the beach. Oh, we have a great time. I sang karaoke for the first time in probably 10 years. I don't know. It was a long time. Had a good time hanging out with people, hanging out with mama, papa, extended relatives. Uh, Everybody just super nice. Kids running around, adults running around, everybody just enjoying life. Then, I took them back home and everything else like that. So that was great. Now we get back to, let's fast forward a little bit. I went back home to Florida, you know, and I was there and I was watching YouTube. And the YouTube video was about pre-weddings and how they work and the things that are involved and how they work here in the Philippines. And of course, I was like, okay, what is this? And so I started watching it. Yeah, everything that they were talking about in that video actually happened to me. It actually happened. Just like that person said, a person I'd never met before, talking about pre-weddings. It is a real thing. And then, of course, I pick up the phone and I call my girlfriend. I was like, you tricked me. You had a pre-wedding. And she's like, oh, no, I didn't. And of course, we're doing face-to-face, what do you call them? FaceTime, right? Yeah. And you can see her, she's smiling. She's like, she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yep. She actually knew what I was talking about. And then she's like, "Oh no, that didn't happen." I was like, "Oh yes, it did. This happens in a pre-wedding. This happened when I was there." She was like, "No." And then she starts laughing and she's like, "It wasn't a pre-wedding, I swear." I was like, "But it had all the elements of a pre-wedding, but it wasn't a pre-wedding." Yeah. Shocking. Always. Expect the unexpected. That is the only way you can do this, because if you don't, it'll drive you crazy. What is some other things? Oh, I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and close down this live because I have this was just a test pilot run. I'm going to see about doing this more often. If you liked it, if you want to know more, hit me up, guys, and we'll go from there. Uh, and maybe we'll keep doing this. If you can hear me just fine in the chat, let me know. Oh, yeah, no problem. And thanks for stopping by and chit chatting with me. I hope you can hear everything good. And I hope I'll see you next time. Keep watching the videos. Let me know. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to get off here. I need to go do my thing, and I need a drink because I ran out of something to drink. All right, guys. Peace out. Oh, yes, I have social media. Look me up on Facebook under Trey's Adventures in the Philippines. If I just started, it's brand new, so I'm gonna be working on that. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. My girlfriend's probably gonna be working on that and setting it up for me because I have problems figuring these things out, and she's much better at it because Filipinas know everything about social media, unlike me. All right. Peace out, guys. I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.